up, beautiful people? Welcome back to another vlog. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Good morning, good evening, or even good afternoon. We are currently here. I'm joined here by my beautiful sister, as you can see right here, Miss Victoria, the one and only. So, as you guys can probably see in the thumbnail or even the title of the video, my sister got the crazy enough idea to actually end up getting 2 crested geckos. Let's actually go ahead and show them really quickly. This is one of the little guys that's she ended up picking up. He's pretty cool. He's awesome. They're both boys, which one of the things that we're going to be doing is we're going to be separating them, because if you have 2 of them in one separate enclosure, chances are they're going to be fighting because they're both males. And right now we're going to go ahead and show you guys how my sister's going to be setting up her tank.
It is I believe a Zoomed 12 by 18. And we've got a bunch of different plants. We're gonna go ahead and cover what we bought.
First things first, you guys want to go ahead and pick up a couple of plants. We've got this one's pretty tall, nice and neat. This one's gonna go ahead and grow out more like a bush. These ones right here, these little tiny ones, are gonna be growing shorter, closer to the ground. That way, not only is the upper section of the tank gonna be completely covered in plants, but also the lower ground part. So that way, if they want to go down, climb down during the middle of the nighttime, go ahead and actually feed on, mealworms, crickets, or whatever fruits that we leave them in the middle of the night, they can go ahead and eat it. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and set up really quickly, show you guys how to set it up, and yeah, without further ado, let's get the video started. We're gonna go over completely everything that you're gonna be needing to set up your terrarium.
Today we went to the Reptile Expo and we picked up some isopods, and we got some dwarf white isopods and some springtails.
What exactly are isopods?
So these guys are the clean crew, and they'll be cleaning up the waste of our cute little pets, and they help to keep a balance in their new home and habitat. And over here we're gonna pan around to the things that we're gonna be putting in our home for our new guys. This is a crowned log. This one will be for the background. We've got some silicone. Make sure that this is all-purpose clear and pet friendly, so that nothing toxic gets into the environment that you're planning on making. And then we also got this. We got all this. This is like 12 bucks. This is like 30. These are kind of expensive because we got them at the show, but they're really worth it because they already come with moss, which keeps the humidity inside of the tank. Next, we go to our plants. We got 5 for 10. This was 4 bucks. These clay pebbles, they help to keep the moisture balanced, and they also do a good job at making sure that everything in the ecosystem is working properly and that the drainage, my nuts. That the drainage is working as well. Okay, over here we're gonna go over to this nice soil. This is an awesome soil I decided to pick out because it's got all the essentials needed to maintain a healthy habitat. So it's got some minerals including peat moss, soil, sand, and carbon. All these are great filtration systems to help make sure that the plants are healthy and to make sure that your pets do not end up eating this, and that can cause a big health problem for them down the road. And then now we are going to go over here to our cocoa bark on our background, and it's a natural substance, so we're going to use this as our background as well to make sure that we have a nice background. And all of this we got for around 60-70 bucks. It was a little bit expensive, but we did save on the tank. That tank up there is secondhand, and we got that for $25. So wherever you can find a good deal and save money on it, we highly suggest it. So if you want to make your own mixture of your own substrate for your plants, that saves a lot of money too.
Another thing that you guys should know actually is that if you guys end up going and end up purchasing a used tank from somebody, make sure you definitely go ahead and clean it out. Use some bleach, use some vinegar, clean it out. Make sure you're not using any kind of cleaners that are going to harm your pets. Let me refer back to that. Don't use bleach, that might be a little bit harsher. Use something natural. We use vinegar to clean that out because it's the natural cleaner. Another thing, this tank right here, it looks pretty large actually. It's not that big. It's an 18 by 12 is what I'm assuming is what the people told us. But we're gonna go ahead and get to the build. First things first, we're gonna jump on into the background of it. This is gonna be the longest process, which is exactly why we're gonna be starting first on it. Mainly because the silicone is gonna take the longest to cure, and we're also gonna be using a foam, and this is actually what's gonna help us glue the log in the back of that glass tank really quickly. So we're gonna go ahead and get started, and yeah, hope you guys enjoy the video. After we were completely finished breaking them in a few pieces, we went ahead and we arranged them so that way we could see exactly how we wanted them, just like that. And basically what we're doing is we're taking a visual image of how we want it laid out before we put the foam on top of it, because the foam's actually going to be gluing it on and the foam's going to be rising, so we want to know exactly where we want to put it. Alrighty, as you guys can see, we have a nice layer right there of foam. Don't worry about how much you're going to be putting. Just get a good, nice, solid layer. Try to fill in any of the gaps that are actually in between it. And once you're ready to go, go ahead and slap a couple of your logs there and let it cure overnight. Make sure that you don't put way too much because this will expand and it will fill your logs, and you don't want a whole bunch of this actually filling up most of your tank. You don't want to take too much of the room of it. That I actually ended up putting a little bit too much foam. If this happens, it's completely fine. Make sure to get to it quickly before it ends up drying, because once it gets drying, you're gonna have to do a lot of cutting and it's gonna be time consuming. So one thing that you want to do is go ahead and get yourself a handy dandy spoon and just go ahead and start scooping out some of the insulation and some of the foam out of there before it actually ends up growing and hardening. I'm gonna go ahead and do that really quickly. Once it's completely done drying, we kind of cheated. We ended up using this little tiny heater. Definitely don't recommend it because it does end up making your room stink or any kind of area. Definitely do that outside. Don't be like us. Don't be doing this inside in an environment. If you do, make sure you leave the windows where you guys are actually at open so that way air can circulate. So what Vic's actually ended up doing is she's cutting around the foam. Now that the foam has gotten completely hard, we're gonna go ahead and cut off all the excess foam, because once she's completely finished with that, we're gonna go ahead and put silicone all over the insides on top, not on top of the wood, but on top of the actual foam, because basically what we want to do is we want to seal it. And when we seal it, we're basically making it so that way it's waterproof. And while we're doing that, what you're gonna want to do is you want to go ahead and take forest bed coconut substrates like this. And you're going to want to go ahead and lay it on top of the silicone. And the reason why you want to do that is because you want it to stick to the silicone. We're just packing every single little piece because we want to make sure we get all the silicone completely covered. We're going to definitely work around all here. Once it's completely finished drying overnight, we're going to go ahead and come back tomorrow, and we're going to take a toothbrush to it. That way we can go ahead and remove all the excess fiber and just take a look at it and see if we need to do a final cover up. Alright guys, that's going to go ahead and end it today. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is part 1 of the gecko build. Be expecting part 2 on Friday. Alrighty guys, that's going to end it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching our videos. If you guys do like it and enjoy it, make sure to hit that like button, share, comment, and follow us. Definitely appreciate every single one of you guys that end up watching our channel. It really means a lot to us. Without further ado, work hard, kick butt, dream big, and don't forget, never ever stop trying. Peace out guys.